Me, I just believe if they find people, they should kill you people. See, jungle justice, that's where jungle justice should work. I know I'm a lawyer, I know I shouldn't be saying this, but this is the part that jungle, like, immediately they find you, you rape a child, rapes, rape a child, a baby, you should be killed.
Yeah. I'm living good, I'm living great. Everything I do in the first place. I said I'm living good, I'm living great. Everything I do in the first place. Yeah. Watch my money grow, watch my money grow like a proud parent.
Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Mandy. If this is your first time coming around, please subscribe to my channel. My name is Uzoagba. I'm an entertainment and intellectual property lawyer. I drop contents every week, and 3 times in a month I drop law related topic, and once in a month I get to talk about something I love, a lifestyle topic, anything, maybe a movie review. So subscribe and join the family, and as soon as you join, you can call me Mandy. So guys, I planned on doing a book review today. I read this book by Megan Good and Devon Franklin. I was planning to review it, but I think I'll do it next time because at this point I just want to talk. Like, I just want to talk. A lot has been happening, guys. I don't know about you people, but this is not the 2020 I bargained for. Like, this 2020 is not even looking like what I signed up for at all. It just seems like I signed up for something else and I got scammed and I was dropped here. So first of all, we had the coronavirus that literally shut down the entire world, and then we had the 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 very heartbreaking increase of black life threat. Like, it was crazy, it became crazy and all that, and now we're protesting and we're trying to fight for our rights, which I love so much. We just celebrated Juneteenth, so in case you celebrated, I was in Nigeria but I acknowledged today. And here in Nigeria we've been dealing with rape culture. Now, I want to talk about rape because that is the situation that concerns me deeply. So I'm going to talk about this in three different ways, or rather, yeah, three different subtopics. One, I'm going to be talking about the rape culture in Nigeria, what I feel about it. Two, I'll be talking about rape apologists, like a particular segment, a particular type of people under that rape apologist. Because on normal day, the entire rape apologist, people don't deserve my time. People don't even deserve a space in my channel. But then I want to talk about people that are rape apologists, but they don't even know. But then when they say it outside, like, who give them that stares, and some of them don't even realize. Three, I want to talk about people thinking that it's only females, or rather, some guys standing up to say, oh, it's not only females that can be raped. Guys are also facing the issue. Why does it seem like it's only females? So I'm going to also talk about that. First, starting with rape culture. See, in this life, I don't understand. Me personally, I just want to take it that the world is coming to an end because it's becoming crazy. I don't understand how a a man born of a woman, like, you realize that he came into this world because a female decided to carry you full term. Like, she could have given birth to you prematurely and not taken care of you. She could have aborted you. She could have decided to kill you at birth, something. But like, through her, so much love, and through, like, I don't want to say grace, but then through a merciful heart of hers, she decided to give birth to you, nurture you, and let you grow up to the age you are, and then you still come back to hurt the females. I don't get it. Like, I don't understand it. Okay, let's just say that fine. You are not born of a woman, you are born in the lab. Still, why would you want to harm a female? Why would you want to rape a girl? Why would you want to rape a child? So one thing I always ask is that you don't have a girlfriend. You cannot check woman. You cannot find, there runs girls around the Olosho, sorry to say, but there are girls that are literally out there that don't mind in engaging in transactional sex. So what the hell? Why can't you talk to any of them? Why do you have to rape a girl that is in church reading? Why do you have to rape a girl that went to school? Why do you have to? I think even the worst set of people are the one that rapes children. You see, small children. I don't understand what's wrong with you. Me, I just believe if they find people, they should kill you people. See, jungle justice, that's where jungle justice should work. I know I'm a lawyer, I know I shouldn't be saying this, but this is the part that jungle, like, immediately they find you, you rape a child, rapes You rape a child, a baby, you should be killed. You don't even deserve a time. You don't even deserve any chance in the court to say what. To come and tell people what happened. So a lot of people have been trying to pinpoint what exactly causes people to get raped or cause this rape culture. And truth about it, that personally, I feel a lot of factors come into it. And although I don't want to sound a certain way, but then sometimes it could be caused by the way you dress, it could be caused by the way you provoke the other sex, but then still doesn't remove the fact that there's something called self-control that exists. There's something, that word self-control still exists in the dictionary. I don't think it's missing. I don't think it has been removed by anybody. So I don't understand. Like, even if a female walks across in front of you naked, your mind should tell you, oh God, hold yourself. It will not harm you, it will not kill, it will land you in trouble. Okay, I saw a post I really, really love. It's 5 minutes for you and a lifetime for the person. So you just get the pleasure and move on. But that person has to deal with the trauma all the days of her life. So what the hell? Why would you want to do that? Some of you, if I ask you now, you're raping other people, do you want to be raped? If they rape you, how will you feel? If a male rape you, for all of you that are homophobic, if a male rape you, how will you feel? Or then they rape your child. You see that your daughter, that girl, because some of you are men that are married, that have children, that girl that is the apple of your eye. If they rape her, how will you feel? I don't get it at all. And I think the worst of it is those people that rape children. Like, I saw a post, the guy was trying to, like, one idiot. He's an idiot. He's an idiot. Like, I can't even say any other thing. He's an idiot. He was trying to pinpoint what exactly causes rape. That is because females wear short dresses. They love to act as if they want this, and all of a sudden, in the middle of the whole process, they say they are no longer interested, and they feel because consent now exists. And then he now came down to children. He now said that there are some children that are sent from hell, that there are some children that once you look at, they give you seductive eye. Seductive eye, they look at you in a seductive manner. How? A child, 2 years old, 4 months old, 3 years old, 8 years old. Seductive eye, how? These children all know about sweet, chewing gum, biscuit. Uncle, thank you. Uncle, my mom is calling you. That is it. That is it. So how come all of a sudden you're now saying that these kids, these children, are now the ones that are looking at you in a seductive manner? See, I just feel that a lot of factors have to come together to be able to stop this. It's not all about saying yes, train the males properly. Yes, train the males properly, because but then no matter how much you train a child, one, there's always a bad apple. That bad apple is going to always try to corrupt other people. So even if you train the males, you're being very hands-on with the way you train your children, talk to them about rape and everything. There will still be the bad apples. There are still kids that are raised by priests and religious people that turn out to be armed robbers and killers and ritualists. So there'll still be the bad people. There'll still be the ones sent from hell that won't want to listen. I feel a lot of things have to come together. One, our justice system and our legislation doesn't protect the victim enough. Two, teaching or training the male child or the boy child. About our justice system. I was speaking to someone someday and I told him that if I know a victim of rape, I won't advise the person to speak up. Now, before I start shouting, let me explain this. Now, I won't advise the person to speak up, to start going to court, start dragging the person, except the person have concrete evidence. At the same time, if it's affecting your psyche, if it's affecting your mental health, then definitely speak to a therapist, speak to someone, get over that situation. Try to live a new normal life. It's going to be hard, but try. Because why I say so is that our law, the legislation, you see those laws that are created by those guys, those people in House of Assembly, our lawmakers, is more on the pro is I would say that is helping to reduce fake rape accusations over actually helping the real rape accusation, because then you go to court will ask you for corroborative evidence, or what we call corroboration. So word of mouth is not enough, your account is not enough. You need to have maybe an evidence, maybe a clip or something that the person did to prove that, okay, this person actually raped me. Or do you get? But then in Nigeria, we don't even have DNA database. So you cannot be raped or get raped, go to hospital, do a DNA test on whatever semen that is collected through the rape kit, and it will have a hit or a match like we see in other countries. So that means if you don't know who raped you, You cannot find the person. It's only if you know the person, and then you now have to call the person to come to hospital, or through the court to summon the person, give the person a subpoena to come to release the person's DNA so you check if it match. One. Two, the normal side, the normal way it happens. I don't know about you people, but everybody's rape story is different. I don't think anybody's going to get raped and just stand up immediately and start going to the hospital. You get raped, the first thing that comes to your mind is safety. The first thing that comes to your mind is trying to like understand what has happened to you. So what happens is that you go home, you have a shower, you go to bed, you sleep and wake up and be hoping that this is just all a fucked up dream. Like this is all a dream, like this never happened. But then you wake up and realize that it did happen. So what? You cannot go to hospital to start doing any rape kit and test, or start using a rape kit on you, because then everything that's been disposed in you, every evidence that your body has collected has been washed away by debate, has been washed away with time. And then when you wake up from sleep, the first thing you start doing is maybe try to talk to somebody, reach out to a best friend, reach out to a family member, someone you trust, and say, hey, this is what happened. And person's like, oh, you need to go to the police. Fucking go to the police and do what? You go to the police, they arrest the person. You go to court to ask you for evidence, court to ask you for corroboration. Even if you find a million persons, a million people that will come together and say, oh, this person raped me, is there any evidence actually apart from word of mouth? Because truth about it, people lie. So that's the way court will see that people lie. So I feel our law has to do better by the victims of rape. If not, as it is now in Nigeria, that's why I said I won't advise anybody that got raped to go and report. Like start going to court, start dragging, because it's going to be yama yama. It's going to be a very, 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 very stupid situation. So what will happen is that you get dragged, you start getting stigmatized. No matter how much you want to say that stigmatization no longer works, it do work. People forget your name. You become that girl that was raped, that person that did this. So I feel a lot of things have to come together to be able to help to make place a safe space. That's why I like some NGOs actually taking in people that have been victimized, or people that are rape victims, and trying to rehabilitate them, trying to get them back to normal living. That is the most you can do if you don't have any evidence. Because if not, the justice system, the society, the public will tear you apart. You will not even know when you come out and say, oh, I was lying, even if you are saying the truth, just because you want it to be over. Now, another set of rape apologists, or rather, the set of rape apologists I want to talk about are those people that always come with, oh, this doesn't sound like a rape story. Are you fucking stupid? Yeah, this is a YouTube channel. I can say fucking. Are you fucking stupid? It's not your story. It's not your story to say, oh, this person said that this happened, that happened, but that's not how rape is supposed to happen. How will you be the one to welcome your rapist? Is it supposed to be very, very violent? Who said that all rapists are people that you don't know? Rapist could be your friend, rapist could be your boyfriend, rapist could be your husband, it could be a brother, it could be a family member, someone you know. So how the hell will you tell somebody how to tell her own story of rape? You see, personally, I used to be that type of person that say, oh, I cannot get robbed. If someone wants to take my phone in public, I will do this, I'll hit the person, I'll do taekwondo. I can remember last 2 years I was robbed. The literal thing I could do was cry, run, try to chase the person and beg for my life. Because literally the person came from my back and I was like, please don't shoot, because I felt something at my back. The person took my phone and ran. It took like 5 minutes or 2 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes before I could get myself and start chasing the person. And I lost the person. So then when you're in that scenario, when you're in that situation, you realize that what you think you can do. So those people that say, if the person wants to rape me, I will hit the person in the balls, I will trick the person, I will do this, I will do that. But when that time reach, you freeze. The highest you're going to do is struggle for your life. And at some point, you just stop. You will give. This class of people don't even know that they are doing this. But please, if you hear somebody's story and it doesn't sit well with you, just keep quiet. Shut up your mouth. Don't say anything. Just keep quiet. It's not your rape story. It's person's rape story. If you don't have anything to add, keep your mouth shut and don't say anything. Now, the third thing I want to talk about is people that think that this whole rape movement is kind of one-sided, that is fighting just for females. Yes, guys do get raped. That's why in 2015, violence against, or rather 2015, the legislation for all this while our legislation for rape and for sexual violence or sexual offenses has been just criminal code and penal code, and it has been outdated for a long time. So in 2015, the Violence Against Person Prohibition Act was enacted, and then the act opened up the definition of rape to the fact that a female could rape a man could rape a man could rape a woman. Rape must not be with the penis, it could be with an object, it could be with literally anything as far as there's penetration without consent. Do you get? So yes, our law provides that men can be raped. The truth about it is that if these females that have been raped never came out to say, oh, I've been raped, the whole movement against rape culture will not happen. So a guy is being raped, yes. Now it's not left to you to stand up and say your story. It's not left to you to stand up and lead a movement. Lead a movement. People will come out, people will stand beside you, people will stand behind you, and then that will start. So don't stay at home and fold your hands and say, oh, yeah, the movement is one-sided. We are fighting for the ones that have happened to us. The females are fighting for the stories they've heard. Now we cannot leave the females and start saying, oh, everybody can be raped when no guy has come out to say, I've been raped. So start that movement. It's not one-sided. Do you want to go to court? Do you have evidence? Go to court and bring out those rapists. Now I see jungle justice. I know I'm a lawyer and I'm not supposed to be opting for this, but some people deserve, like, immediately they find you doing something, raping a child, raping a woman, raping, as in kill you immediately. And I think that's one of my problems with our legislation, is they are sending people to prison for what? Like incarceration, death by lethal injection, death by firing squad, death by, as in, death by hanging squad, death for all of you rapists. So guys, that's basically all I have to talk about today. If you're interested in joining the movement, supporting with your phone, supporting with your voice, supporting with your strength, anything, you can check the movement's channel. She made a video almost like this where she laid out some of the NGOs and funds that have been set up for people, so you could just engage and support. Like, and also, as I said, we can collectively do this. Some of us saw this behavior in some people back in secondary school, but we just assumed that, oh, that's how kids behave. So I would say, if you notice someone giving that type of vibes around you, try to do something. Talk to the person. Try, you must not be the parent to educate someone or train someone, but just be involved in this change. So guys, yes, that's all I have to talk about. I would love to continue this conversation with you guys in the comment section below, and I would love to know what you think about the black movement that been going on. We've succeeded, or yeah, some success has come out from the movement. We just celebrated Juneteenth, and as I was not in the US and the UK anyway, I still celebrated it, acknowledged it here in Nigeria. I would say let's continue the conversation over there. What do you think about victimization and stigmatization of rape victims and rape culture in Nigeria? I want to hear your comments. I want to hear what you have to say. And also know that you can drop your suggestions on the comments. Sorry, you can drop your suggestions on the contents you want to see in this page, and I will definitely adhere to it. So till next weekend, guys, stay safe, stay good, stay beautiful. I love you all. And if you're yet to subscribe at this point, I think you're sold. So subscribe and hit the notification or the bell by the side so you can get notification whenever I drop a new video. Stay safe, guys. Bye.